Hey, what's up? Y'all, I was supposed to come on an hour ago, but the theme of today's live is, are you tired of looking tired? Are you tired of looking tired? It's so funny because don't you feel like the older that you get, if you could just take that tired look away, you would be like, all right, I can deal. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. And the other thing that this tutorial is going to show you is you don't have to have a nice hairdo. And you don't have to have a nice hairdo to look presentable and polished. That's what I'm going to be doing. My name is Kimberly. I'm an over 50 makeup teacher, retired public school educator after 25 years. And we have some construction going on in our house. And so how my day started was up at 5:30 thinking the contractors were going to be here to remodel my bathroom. Turns out they completely gutted basically my living dining room. We were having that done anyway, but it set me back. And what better way of being able to end my day than to do my makeup just to go to bed? It's so much fun. But I love teaching easy over 50 makeup tips. If you don't currently follow me, click follow because I just give the easiest tips that will help you learn ways to tweak your makeup as you age. Because really, it can be a puzzle. So much so that sometimes we just give up on makeup. I have 0 on my face right now. What I do know is that skincare is everything. And so if you don't take care of your skin, I don't care what kind of makeup you use, it's not going to look its best on your skin. So anytime in this live, make sure that you comment live and I will get you all of the things that you need to, that I'm going to be using here. But I use cream products. I'm going to be giving you some tips. I'm going to show you quickly how you don't have to be tired anymore. The makeup that I use is all cream based. It can be purchased in the United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States right now. But wherever you are, you're going to find tips that you're going to be able to use. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to start off by hydrating. So I'm going to use Korean skincare because, you know, Koreans have it nailed down. This little baby's $25. That's it. You can hydrate underneath your eyes. It also has plant ingredients in it that are great for under eyes, under eye darkness, and your 11s. I'm going to hydrate my nasolabial folds. I use it as a lip. It helps to plump your lips. I mean, it's all the things. It's a really great product. It's called the Viaton Multi-Stick Balm. If you comment the word live, it'll be there too. All right. So anyway, next thing before we start makeup that I want to make sure that you're doing, in addition to double cleansing, okay, got to double cleanse. Every night, double cleanse. The first cleanse, and specifically if you can get an oil cleanser, that's going to bring all the dirt to the surface. The second cleanse is going to wash it away. So maybe a different type of cleanser, something gentle, an enzyme cleanser of some sort to wash it all away. Then you can start with the rest of your skincare routine. So after you cleanse, you want something that's going to hydrate. So something with hyaluronic acid in it, that's going to help retain the moisture in your skin. And then, of course, moisturize. All right, those are non-negotiables for skincare. I love Korean skincare. That's what I use. That's what has transformed my skin. And I don't need very much makeup anymore. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, hydrate. Next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to color correct. All right, so color correction is really important for over 50 or mature skin or anywhere that you have an oversaturation of color. You want to color correct using color science. So for example, I have a lot of blue going on right there. More blue than usual. Didn't sleep very well last night. I was up at 5 too because the contractors were coming. So I'm going to tap this salmon pink color on the blue areas. And I'll send you links for all this stuff. Just comment live and you'll get the links for all of it. But I need to see if there's anybody asking any questions too. Hey, England, Idaho, France, Ireland, Sweden, Holland. Woohoo! That's awesome. And you guys, I learn all the time from you as well. So if there's anything, any tip that you have that you want to share, y'all, and do this anytime you're following me, look inside the comments, because so many of my followers give me tips that I pass on. Well, I try them. And if I agree, I pass them on, okay? Because there's no gatekeeping here. We need to share. Once we get to this season of our life, we should be lifting each other and supporting each other and helping one another, because there isn't any room for any of the cattiness or, jealousy, that kind of stuff. Ick. That's not what you're going to see here. All right, so I color corrected, and you can already see the blue is kind of gone. But what you do see a little bit of is that peachy color. This is a color corrector from Amazing Cosmetics. Find this color, okay? That's the color that you're going to need for lots of things. Find a peach, okay? Now, if you're darker skin than me, you're going to want a darker peach than me. If you're lighter skin than me, then find this shade in lighter. And Amazing Cosmetics has it. I have a code too. I'll send it to you because they gave me one for like 20 or 25% off for you guys. Yellow is good for color correcting purple. So if you have more purple excess color, you can use yellow. It helps to brighten. And I don't know if you knew this either, but purple. So when I start to talk about the makeup that I use, I do color matching, which means I find colors that are right for you. And when you find your right colors, sometimes, and this happens with foundation a lot, certain colors can oxidize and make the foundation look yellow. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if that happens to you. Like you get the foundation on and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is yellow. And that is a real thing. Finding purple will pull out the yellow, okay? And the product I'm going to be using is Saint Beauty All-One Compact Makeup. But they have, on the website, they have an area called color correcting. And they have a color called Violet, I believe it's called I think it's V1, Violet 1. And if you just add a little bit of that to your foundation color, it magically pulls the yellow out. It's the craziest thing ever. When you learn a little bit about color theory, it is magical, because when you color correct, then what happens is you need less product. It's starting to get dark here, so I'm going to flip on my other light, not quite that bright, maybe like that. Can I go one more? Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm going to use my One Compact Makeup System. What happened just now? I'm going to use my One Compact Makeup System by a company called Saint Beauty. I've been with Saint for 4 years. Found their makeup, and I love it more each and every day. Everything is customized into one compact. So I have all my foundation colors, lip and cheek colors, a bronzer, lip and cheek colors, eyeshadows. But I want to show you where I started, because I didn't start with this big mama jamma. I started with this one, okay? Just 4 colors. And that's kind of what I want to show you today, is how you can get a full face, natural looking makeup so that you don't look tired with 4 colors. I'm going to add a bronzer because I love bronzer. All right, first thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to show you how I'm using one layer of makeup. Instead of taking one shade of foundation, applying it all over my face, and then layering my blush and maybe concealer and all the things, watch what I do. So I color corrected first. Now I'm going to go in with one of the double-ended brushes, but I'm going to go into contour first. Okay, I think it's really important that we add dimension to our face and sculpt. Gravity sets in, loss of collagen, loss of elasticity in our skin, so everything starts to drag. So the illusion is we want to keep our contour a little higher, because that then will give the illusion that our cheekbones are higher, lifting everything up, right? So then I'm going to also contour my jawline just a little. I have jowls. Give me some hearts if you have jowls. They're a real thing. I don't do Botox. I don't do fillers. I don't do surgery. This is just me. I'm always looking for just ways to be able to look like myself, only better. You can't find this in the store, but if you're in the UK, you can get it. All right, you can get it. All you do is comment live. I color match all virtually. So, all right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and contour my nose. Who even knew that was a thing? All right, so I want Saint to come to Europe. It did come to the UK, so we did make that jump. All right, so those are the only places that we're going to contour. Everybody who cannot get Saint, I want you to think about this. Go find yourself a contour. This contour color is a little warmer. Some people like a contour that is cooler, more gray. But the purpose is to add depth, okay? Dimension, depth. It is available, Nicole, in the UK. Comment live and I'll get you color matched. I think it's affordable. You know, you build your compact according to your budget, which is cool. All right. The other thing that I want to let you know is you can melt these little tins down. So I've had these for months. They are little. I don't know, say they're little. I mean, I don't know. They're that big. And you dab into creams. You do not swipe. They last a very long time because they're buildable. So the idea is that if you have an area on your face where you need more product, then you go in and you put more product in that area. You don't have that flexibility with liquids and powders, okay? It is what it is. And the problem is if you do try to put more product in a particular area, it looks cakey, all right? Yay, yeah, they're totally affordable. This US dollars is $77. But think about this. This is your foundation, your contour, your concealer, your lip color, your cheek color. It also could be your eyeshadow. Use my contour as my eyeshadow. Like, go price that in the drugstore with decent stuff that has 11 ingredients in it. Okay, so, and the other thing is you just have to find a spot for this instead of all the things, and it's TSA approved. You can travel with it. Stick it in your carry-on. This word from me, stick it in your carry-on because you never know what the temperature is going to be in your check bag. And it will melt. So you guard it with your life. It goes right through TSA, okay? All right, so I just added depth and dimension. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to conceal. I don't like to call it a concealer. I've already color corrected. What I want to call it is brightening. Okay, so if you can't get Saint makeup, still comment live because you're going to get the links to everything. But if you can't get Saint makeup, go find yourself a cream concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter than your normal foundation. All right, here's where I want you to place it. Right here. And please, if you have a lot of texture going on, I'm on social media all the time, and I see a lot of youngins back in the day. I could do this, placing the big triangle. I have a lot of texture here, okay? So I avoid that with a light color. Beth, my comparison between Amazing Cosmetics, what in the world did I just do with, between Amazing Cosmetics and then Frenchie, y'all can look at this. She's a Saint girl, so she knows what I'm talking about. Same color, right? This is a true color corrector. I like it because it's a little stickier, all right? That's why I love it. Okay, so my preference for the color corrector is Amazing Cosmetics because it's a true color corrector. Saint is versatility at its finest, multi-purpose. So I can use Frenchie as a lip color, as a cheek color, as my color corrector. I can use it as an eyeshadow. I can use it as I'm going to call this bronzer, which is a blush and a bronzer. And I'll even do that. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, lots of tips. All right. So there we're gonna brighten. Did you see how I brightened right down through the middle of my nose? Okay, this is, I like to refer to as the sweet spot. The reason that I'm using my fingers, you can use a brush, you can use a sponge to go back in. The reason I use my finger is because this is cream. And cream warms up to the skin. It's gonna move with my face. So you won't see creasing over time. That's what happens with liquids and powders. What you will see is like a beautiful dewy glow. If you don't like that, it's totally okay. You can still use creams. You just might want to take a really finely milled powder, and I always recommend one anyway, so finely milled that just takes a little bit of the shine, keeps it at bay, and then also adds longevity. But when your skincare is on point, you don't really have to worry about that, right? All right, so now I'm ready for foundation. And I look at myself in the mirror and I say, where do I need coverage? Okay, we get into this, I don't want to call it a rut. It's a routine. We certainly get into this routine where we're like, give me the foundation, let me put it all over my face. Give me the next product, let me do it. But just take a second and look at your face and say, is this makeup where I'm putting it helping or is it hurting? Because if you're placing a foundation in a place that is creasing or is accentuating texture or is rolling off of your face, then why are you using it? Why are you doing it? Minimal product is key when you have mature skin. Our face moves, we have lots of texture. It's a thing. Let's normalize it. Let's roll with it and relax. And the minute that you have this attitude where I want to look like a better version of myself, polished, and I want to look like the best at my age. I'm 55, okay? I just want to look the best at 55. I'm not trying to look 30. I've been there, done that, and it's okay. I don't need to be 30 anymore. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with now my main foundation shade. So for me personally, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you a color match to 3 different foundation colors. One is going to be your main foundation shade. All right, that's the color closest to your skin. Or one that I feel is going to definitely appeal to your overall tone. I look at your neck. I look at your hair. I look at your eyebrows. I look at everything. All right. I'm going to give you a foundation that is going to work the very best with everything you have, okay? Because I think that's really important. We have all seen the people that are wearing a foundation that's way too light. We've seen them. We know who they are. Likewise, we have seen people who are wearing the wrong foundation altogether. Most of the time, when you are going to buy foundation, you want to shade up. So if you're on the cusp of 2 different colors, err on the side of the darker color, because again, that will hide the texture. All right, so y'all, good. You're all right in our, this season. This is a really great season. I love getting older. I'm getting smarter, or I'm less tolerant. I can't decide. But either way, I'm getting smarter about aging. I'm just getting a whole new perspective. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to give you, I'll give you your concealer color. Saint calls them all highlights, all right? Because the premise is we want them to highlight your face, to bring out the best in your face, all right? Not conceal it, all right? Highlight it. So I'll give you one that's the color of your skin, one that's a concealer or a brightener, and then I'm going to give you an optional one. And here's the reason that I give you an optional highlight. I like to give you options to transitions through the seasons. All right, so like for example, this is my winter color. I've had this in here since last winter. Okay, so they have a year shelf life. That's what we have to tell you. It's a year shelf life. I've had some of mine longer than a year, but Saint says it's a year shelf life. All right. So I've had this since last winter. I'm ready to melt it down, I just stick it on a skillet and melt it all to the bottom, and I can use every stinking last drop. No more trying to squeeze it out of a bottle or something like that. Okay, so I can use every little last drop. But this is my winter color, but I'm gonna also dab it into my summer color, all right? I like to mix the two now, and I can partner them up, and it's so easy to mix. How often do you do that? All right. We'll talk a little bit about eyeliner. I'm going to show you guys this new product. I don't think I put it in my auto reply when you comment live, but maybe I can get it in there for you somewhere, some way. It's this little tight lining mascara for eyeliner that I feel like is really great for mature skin. Women are like so wrapped around their eyeliner, aren't we? Aren't we? Like, especially the black eyeliner. It's all of us in our generation who grew up in the 80s. And sometimes we just have that all like, we just have the 80s kind of thought process when it comes to eyeliner. It's okay. I grew up in the 80s. Best music ever. So did you see what I did? I just filled in. All right. I didn't place my foundation all over. How cool is that? I do want to mention this one more time. If you are not following me, then links may not be seen. So if you click my photo and make sure that you click follow so that you make sure that you get all of my links. I do these little videos all the time, really short little snippets, and they're easy. If it's hard, you're not going to see it from me, because I'm a makeup teacher, not a trained makeup artist. I just do what works for me. All right, so now I'm saying to myself, okay, Kim, let me make sure that I blend on down to my neck so that I don't have a floating face. Nobody needs a floating face. Your neck one color, your face another color. When I color match you, I take that into account. And I expect also for you to make sure that you're doing that, blending on down. The next thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to add bronzer. I love bronzer, okay? I love it because it adds warmth to the skin. And when placed in a specific way, it does not make you orange. I would never take bronzer and like use it as my foundation. And I'm actually, I have seen where people will tan their face. I did that years ago. But then the way that tanning ends up wearing off, it looks ridiculous. And you just look orange and then splotched, and then you have to fill in, and it's a whole big thing. It's not easy. So you're not going to see me doing. I love using cream bronzer because I can apply it exactly where I want to look like I'm a little sun-kissed, and then it comes off at night. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is a color, this is a bronzer. It's called Xanadu. It's mixed with a little bit of an illuminator. I'll give you a bronzer in your color match, but I'm going to go ahead and put it where the sun typically hits me, right? So right here, higher points. Higher points. Remember, the objective of this lesson is I don't want to look as tired, okay? It's up at 5:30. Where else does the sun hit me? Hits me a little bit here on the nose, doesn't it? Hits me here on the chin. Y'all. And then it's a really nice way of transitioning your foundation down onto your neck. Just like, look at that. That was so simple. And now at night it's going to come off. And I can do that again in the morning. Next thing I want to do is I want to add color. Okay. Color makes us look healthy. All right. I get a lot of questions about when I color match people, and they're like, that blush is way too bright. I don't think I would ever wear something that bright. The colors, when you're using cream blushes, you have a lot of versatility and flexibility with how intense you want the color. So there's a lot of really bright colors here. Look at this baby. Fluorescent pink, dang near. But I'm gonna put it on my cheeks, and I want you to see it's going to look healthy. We need color in our face, and as we get older, we definitely look more sallow. So I'm gonna go in, tap, tap, tap. I like to start about the corner of my eye on back. And I'm just kind of going right over top of that contour, because what'll happen is the contour and the blush will kind of marry together. And so it's just natural looking. All right. And then I'm going to give myself a little pop right about pupil distance. Okay. Because I want to see the color from the front. All right. So lift from the side, a little bit of color from the front. If you need like a marker, 2 fingers might help you. And then you could just go straight from your 2 fingers on back. Okay, that's just general. Everybody's face shape is different. All right, now I mentioned, and I have to say this right, it's mixing bronzer and blush, so bronzing. It's kind of like this new trend, but taking like you can use Frenchie. I could use my bright pink, but dabbing it into your blush and then dabbing it into your bronzer and then using that to add color. Now, you know, if I wouldn't have put bronzer on, I probably would have went a little bit more intense, but that's the idea. Okay. And that is it's a way of adding color and warmth all at the same time. Bronzing. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. All right. I added color. Now let's work on lips. I want to show you though the versatility of the makeup, because it is that. When you have put everything. Oh, is there a noise in the background? I can't tell if there's a noise in the background. It's probably, it doesn't really go bad on anybody. Oh my gosh. So many people are like, where has this been all of my life? All right, I'm going to go ahead and use my contour and apply it right underneath of my lip. That's going to help make my lips look a little bit fuller. All right. Thank you. I don't hear any noise. There's absolutely, if you would have been here an hour ago, you would have heard contractors sawing through walls because we're having some remodeling, but there's none now. Okay. So I use my contour to line my lips, and now I can go in with any color that I want. I'm going to go ahead in with this darker red, and I'm going to mix it, because once you have these colors in your palette, oh, that might be you guys might hear like, we have a water baseboard, and that's probably the water coming through the baseboard to heat our house because it's 10 degrees here. All right, and then I'm going to add another color on top of it. This is plum. Did you guys know that the most perfect color, if you want a natural lip color and you're going to the drugstore and you want the perfect lip color that is going to harmonize with your skin tone, that is a neutral, you want to squeeze the tip of your finger and wait till the blood comes up, and then that becomes the color that you use on your lips. There you go. Or you can look at your nipples, but that draws attention when you're in the drugstore. So don't do that. But that's another way, right, of trying to figure out, hey, Banana White, my teeth are white because of you. All right. That's just a little tip. All right. So next, you want to prime your eyelids. But I'm going to show you the versatility of Saint. We're going to go ahead and use my concealer. Do you guys see how red and veiny my eyelids are? I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer and even all of that out. All right. Now, for anybody who's like, I don't do eyeshadow. Okay, then stop here. They have color. It just probably is a lighter color. They don't look like the skin. They have other color. But, so if your nipples don't have color, do this trick. Somebody else said you can also look at the inside of your lip. Again, this to me seems like the easiest thing to do when you go into a drugstore. that will draw the least amount of attention. Unless, of course, that's your thing, is to draw attention. At which point you have to hope that the police don't come. All right. So I just took my concealer, evened that out. How about we just use contour for our eyes? All right. My main goal is to show you how 4 colors can help you look less tired. That's what this makeup does. Help you look a little less tired. Let me get you can totally use, I include the concealer in the color match. It's all included. I give you all the recommendations and then you guys decide what you do and don't want. Here's what I tell you that you shouldn't change on your own, and that is the foundation shade. Because when you get on the website, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I think she's way off. That's way too dark. The colors on the website don't look anything like what they do on the skin. So please trust me. I've been color matching tens of thousands of women over the course of the last 4 years, okay? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. How pretty is that? That's just my contour. All right, now I'm gonna show you this really cool little thing. So I saw this on TikTok. An influencer was using it, and I'd never seen it before, but here is I dab contour or press. Yeah, instead of sweep. A lot of that just has to do with the condition of your regular skin, okay? The color that I use is Hazel and Athens. I mix them. My concealer is Palace. Look at this mascara wand, okay? Comment banana white or comment teeth and I'll send you the link to the teeth whitening kit. You guys, this is so teeny tiny. This is addressing the eyeliner issue. So lining your top and bottom lid lash line is aging. You can say what you want, but it's, and I mean with black, okay? So I'm gonna show you just a couple of options. And guys, the banana white, they gave me a 50% off coupon too. Okay, so I'll send you that as well. All right, so this little guy will rest right along my lash line. I specifically love this for my lower lash line. If you watch a lot of influencers now, or makeup artists who specialize in makeup for mature women, they are here or there about putting mascara on your lower lash line, okay? So if you have sparse lower lash line, then you don't want to draw attention to the sparseness, right? You just want to make sure that that bottom, right at the root of the lash, you can tap so easily. I love this. And it is a primer as well. So you can put this mascara is truly amazing. Yeah. All right. And so can you guys just see, like, it's very, very gentle. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the upper lash line, and I'm concentrating. This is IT Cosmetics. It's called Tight Line. And if you comment live, I'll make sure that it's in this link, okay? I will make sure that I get it there. All right, or you can comment Tight Line and I'll get you the link separate. If you have a sensitive waterline, okay, this would be something that you would like because you're not actually tapping on the waterline. You're tapping on the root of the lash, okay? And it's basically lining it so nice. I was so intrigued when I saw this influencer doing that. I'm like, I need that stuff. And IT Cosmetics had reached out to me. I'm probably saying too much, but it's okay. I'm honest here. they wanted me to try their foundation. And I did. And I didn't like it. And then they sent me some more. And I didn't like it because I like a real natural look. And they're like, well, is there anything else that you would like to try? And I'm like, as a matter of fact, there is. And they sent me this, and I'm so glad they did. So I linked it in my Amazon storefront for y'all. But it is pretty well incredible. And like I said, it is a primer. Oops. It is a primer as well, but it is a tiny. IT Cosmetics should be in the UK for sure. Okay? You guys just might have to look for it a little bit differently because you're probably not going to be able to get it from Amazon. Do you have a Sephora there? Because I think Sephora has IT Cosmetics, Ulta. It is, and it's easy to manipulate. Yeah, then you can definitely get it, Isabel. One thing that will help me, guys, because I think that with all that's going on with TikTok right now, I think a lot of people are moving to Instagram. And then, so what's ending up happening is there's more competition here. So if this is something, if you like seeing like my tutorials and things like that, what really helps me is if you share it to your stories, if you share any of my videos, if you comment and like all the things so that you continue to see my stuff. Don't let Instagram control what you see. It truly is the bomb. It is, yay, it is available. Okay, so because this was a primer, you can go ahead and I just like very lightly tapped a little bit of it closer to my lash line. But then what was on my lids, that was just my Saint concealer from my One Compact Makeup System. What I really love is Sigma Eye Primer. But the Tight Line Mascara by IT Cosmetics, yep. What I'm using now, my mascara, this is my fave mascara because it actually comes off. This is Thrive Liquid Lash Extension. It's a tubular mascara. There are some waterproof ones or water resistant ones. Prime Lash is a good one. It's just, I like the way that my lashes look, but when mascara is really hard to get off, I end up in a bad mood before I go to bed. And nobody needs that, right? That's what I have. I have Crystal. Guys, they have this brand new color out. It's called Crystal. It is a black brown, but I like to, as I'm looking at this, it looks burgundy, but not on my eyes, okay? All right, and the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a little bit of Illuminator. And Illuminator looks like this. So it just picks up the light. It is something that I think is like the unsung hero of makeup, okay? It should draw just a little bit of attention and finish off your look without being too shiny. What you have to make sure of is that you don't place it in places that have a lot of texture. So for example, like the young girls can put it real close to their under eye. The older girls might not want to do that because you don't want more attention, the light bouncing off of that illuminator and drawing more attention to your under eye. So I'm going to stick it on the highest part of my cheeks, but not touching the under eye. How's that sound? And you know, Illuminator is just that little bit of something like you're standing in a coffee shop and you look and you see a beautiful woman standing beside you and you're like, what is that? Oh, that's her illuminator. Like there was just something that made you look at her. All right. And I want to show you another really cool place that, yay! I want to show you another really cool place to put illuminator. And that's right here on Cupid's bow. Do you guys put it there? Okay. So that's the idea, is just to make your lips appear a little bit more plump. And the other place that you can put it is here on the lower lip. Again, to make your lips appear more plump. Do I look tired anymore? Because y'all, at the very beginning of this video, I look like I could sleep for 14 hours straight. All right, and now I don't. One compact makeup system. Place these colors like paint by numbers in a specific spot on your face. I'll help you find the colors that are for you. So I'll take all the guesswork out of it. You build the compact to fit your budget. If your budget is $77, you basically have everything that's on my face, okay? With the exception of the Illuminator. But instead of a contour, put a bronzer there. Stay within that price range, okay? If you want to add a brush, add a double-ended brush. You can use your own brushes, sure. You want to make sure that you're using brushes, though, that are made for cream. If you want a color match, all you got to do is comment the word live. I'm going to give you all of the information to be able to get matched. I will ask you a few questions. It literally takes 30 seconds to fill out the form. You're going to have to place a selfie in there. I know that's scary, but those selfies are safe with me. Okay, I know how vulnerable it is. Tanya, what if you have very dry skin? Well, first of all, you want to exfoliate, okay? You want to hydrate and you want to moisturize before you put your makeup on. But cream is perfect for that. I've even seen people's skin change once they start to use cream products because they're hydrating to the skin, right? But you've got to make sure that you're exfoliating. You've got to make sure that you are using good skincare. If you comment live, I'm even going to give you the links to a skincare challenge that's going on right now. It's all Korean beauty. Korea, the skincare that I use has sold $3.3 billion in 5 years. 2 billion of that was in South Korea, which is the size of Indiana, in 4 years. It is the #1 skincare company in Korea. You know, Korean is to skincare as Paris is to fashion. And when it is the #1 skincare in South Korea, then you know that it's good stuff. What order do you dermaplane, exfoliate? Well, first of all, dermaplaning is exfoliation, so don't do those on the same day. Dermaplaning is a form of exfoliation. So for me, I dermaplane when I feel like I have a lot of peach fuzz. I exfoliate twice a week, okay? So I just divide that up. There's 7 days in the week. Day 3 and day 7, I exfoliate. I use this really gentle exfoliation. It is an active cleanup powder. It's fabulous. But you've got to make sure that you have your cleansing taken care of. You've got to make sure that you have something that you are hydrating, like a hyaluronic acid, and you've got to make sure that you're moisturizing, okay? And finding something good for your skin, all right? Yay! Using the skincare line, Clean Beauty by Lisa. Awesome. My name is Kim. I am your over 50 makeup teacher. I have got a disaster to clean up in my house right now as remodeling is going on, and I have to find something for dinner. You all have been awesome. Thank you for joining me. Comment live if you want the links to all of these goodies. You guys have a good one. I'll see you soon.